Imagine walking into a high-end coffee shop on a crisp Monday morning, the aroma of roasted beans filling the air. One person orders the cheapest cup, simply to spend less. Another opts for the mid-range option because it delivers quality and value. Both spend money, but only one understands the language of wealth. The difference between being cheap and being frugal is not about how much money you spend, it's about the intention behind every dollar. A cheap mindset fears loss, a frugal mindset seeks value. Those two mentalities define how wealth either grows or stays trapped in fear. Cheapness is rooted in scarcity thinking, the belief that money must be hoarded because more may never come. Frugality, on the other hand, stems from abundance, from the awareness that money is a tool meant to circulate intelligently. It's a subtle but powerful psychological distinction. A cheap person chooses the lowest price without evaluating long-term cost. They focus on saving now at the expense of quality and durability. A frugal individual evaluates the total return of every purchase, seeing cost, lifespan, and value as interconnected. That perspective is strategic wealth behavior. Walk through any discount aisle and you'll see cheapness at play. It's the mental trap that confuses low price with good deal. Frugality, however, isn't afraid of price tags, it's disciplined enough to say no when quality doesn't align with purpose. To understand the psychology, we must look at fear versus control. Cheapness comes from fear, fear of running out, fear of being judged, fear of financial uncertainty. Frugality comes from control, a deliberate mastery over spending choices and outcomes. In behavioral finance, the frugal mind mirrors that of a long-term investor. They allow money to work over time, compounding results through intelligent allocation. Cheap individuals move impulsively, chasing instant savings but losing value through future replacement and decay. There's a famous principle among high net worth individuals: quality compounds value. When you buy superior tools, clothes, or assets, they last longer and perform better. Cheap purchases constantly need replacement, burning time, energy, and money in endless cycles. Being frugal does not mean denying pleasure. It's about enjoying life with measured intentionality. Frugality asks, does this enhance my life, or merely fill a void? That question separates disciplined prosperity from impulsive consumption. Consider a frugal investor. They study opportunities, eliminate emotional bias, and act only when alignment occurs. The cheap investor, on the other hand, panics during downturns, buys inferior assets, and sells at losses. Intentional patience wins, reactionary fear loses. Cheapness is impulsively transactional. Frugality is strategically relational. When someone is frugal, they understand the value of networks, services, and experiences, recognizing that relationships built on trust often yield stronger financial returns than short-term savings. Frugality empowers generosity. Because frugal individuals manage money with clarity, they have surplus to reinvest or donate. Cheap individuals rarely give, not because they can't, but because their mindset clings to scarcity. True wealth requires flow, not stagnation. The psychology of cheapness often manifests in avoidance, avoiding tips, taxes, or maintenance costs. Ironically, those choices lead to higher expenses later. Frugal people embrace prevention, they invest upfront to minimize future financial and emotional costs. Cheapness mistakes cost for loss, but frugality understands that cost can be an investment. The willingness to spend strategically is what separates a poor mindset from a prosperous one. Every dollar has potential energy, how you release it defines your future wealth. Cheap people seek immediate gratification through avoidance of spending pain. Frugal individuals delay gratification, using time as leverage. They view restraint not as punishment but as strategy. This is behavioral wealth engineering at its finest. There's also social psychology involved. Cheapness repels collaboration, nobody enjoys working with someone who undervalues others. Frugality attracts trust, it projects intelligence, respect, and stability. Wealthy ecosystems thrive when people operate with mutual value recognition. In American consumer culture, cheapness is often glorified as being smart with money. Yet, the truly wealthy know that the cheapest path often costs more in the long run. Awareness of value, not price, defines elite financial thinking. Frugal people think in terms of systems, not snapshots. They understand that financial fitness combines spending discipline with earning efficiency. Cheap individuals think transactionally. Each purchase is isolated, without consideration for its role in the bigger strategy. Frugality aligns with self-respect. It says, I value myself enough to choose wisely. Cheapness whispers insecurity. It's the voice convincing you to compromise quality, relationships, or convenience, all to save $1 while losing long-term momentum. True frugality also honors time. Cheap people waste hours hunting minor discounts. Frugal individuals value productivity more than pennies. They ask, is this saving worth my time? That question reframes money as energy, something to allocate where it multiplies best. Cheapness can appear frugal to the untrained eye, but its motivation gives it away. It doesn't measure outcomes, only reductions. Frugality, by contrast, evaluates efficiency, how each decision contributes to freedom, security, and peace of mind. A frugal household invests in durable essentials, a reliable car, quality cookware, energy-efficient appliances. Cheap households replace frequently, spend reactively, and face constant frustration. Frugality is long-term comfort disguised as discipline. Frugality thrives on intelligence and planning. Cheapness lives off impulse and reaction. The world's most successful entrepreneurs use frugality as a silent growth tool, balancing innovation with restraint to amplify profits sustainably. Cheapness sees transactions, frugality sees strategy. Every frugal choice reinforces clarity, builds emotional discipline, and sharpens vision. Over time, this mindset rewires how one perceives risk, reward, and opportunity. A frugal person leverages education as the greatest return on investment. They buy books, courses, and experience because they understand knowledge compounds. Cheap individuals skip self-development opportunities, unaware that ignorance is the most expensive debt. Even within luxury, frugality lives quietly. True wealth doesn't flaunt, it optimizes. An affluent individual can choose first class not for display but for efficiency and well-being. Cheapness imitates appearance without underlying substance or purpose. When you observe America's wealthiest families, a pattern emerges: intergenerational frugality. They teach discernment, patience, and purpose. That's how their empires endure, not because they avoided spending, but because they spent with precision. Cheap people cut corners in ways that erode trust, declining fair pay, undertipping, or avoiding responsibility. Frugal people honor fair exchange. They understand that value must flow both ways for systems to prosper sustainably. Frugality shines brightest during uncertainty. In economic crises, the cheap panic and retreat, while the frugal reposition intelligently. Minds built on value adapt faster, because their focus lies on control and opportunity, not just survival. Frugality isn't a denial of pleasure, it's a deliberate alignment of consumption with purpose. Cheapness hides from financial truth, frugality confronts it, plans around it, and transcends it through clarity. That's what creates enduring stability. In psychological studies, frugal behavior correlates with higher financial satisfaction and lower stress. Cheapness correlates with anxiety and regret, driven by a lack of inner control. Wealth rarely follows emotional chaos, it follows calm precision. Frugality is confidence materialized through money. It reflects strong values, self-discipline, and future orientation. Cheapness reflects insecurity, fear, and distrust of abundance. One builds wealth, one blocks it. To move from cheap to frugal, start by redefining your relationship with spending. Ask not, how can I pay less, but what value am I gaining for what I pay? That single question transforms money from obstacle to instrument. Every frugal action builds compound trust with yourself. Every cheap shortcut erodes it. The real prosperity lies in how consistently you align decisions with purpose rather than emotion. That's financial maturity in motion. Cheapness focuses on saving cents, frugality focuses on building wealth. It's a shift from panic to power, from scarcity to structure. Once you master that distinction, every financial decision becomes an expression of long-term freedom. Ultimately, the line between cheap and frugal defines not just spending, but character. The frugal build, the cheap consume. The question isn't what you can afford, it's what your mindset allows you to become.